Hey there, it's me, Nate Johnson. I hope that you are doing well and welcoming in the new year with exuberance and excited as I am about all the opportunities and what's going to be in store for us this year in 2024. We have no idea. That's what's so beautiful about it. And we get to choose what the new year is going to look like for us. You know, with resilience as our guide, my wish for all of us is to create those opportunities and welcome that joy and growth and fulfillment, energy, focus, and harmony to our homes. And, you know, I mentioned resilience because that is my word for the year for 2024. And it really has to do with what happened last year in 2023. You know, I'll tell you, I had a couple of health issues this past year in 2023. You know, I don't know if I've mentioned to some of you about this dog bite that I had that caused me tremendously. I tell you, it had me in the hospital, had me seeing doctors, and it took a while to get over that. And just as I got over it and was back to, you know, close to 100%, I broke my foot. Now, that was kind of self-inflicted. I will maybe show you the video one day, but right now I'm still wearing a boot because I've got 2.5 more weeks in this boot before I can sort of be freed to wear both of my shoes again. So we'll see how that all goes. But I want to get back to resilience because, you know, the reason why I was thinking about resilience as a year, you know, for my word this year, because it's been a challenging market. You know, we saw about a 40% decline in inventory. So that's 40% fewer homes for prospective home buyers to get. And of course, we represent home buyers. We also represent home sellers and homeowners. And with home sellers, what we know, one of the challenges that homeowners have is, should I sell my home? And if I sell my home, where am I going to move to? So there's challenges all across the board. And that's why resilience became my word, because I think about the work that we do in helping people achieve their real estate goals, that it's resilient. It's resilient for us to get up and for our clients to get up and say, you know what, I know the market has some challenges, but we're still going to be in this. We want to buy a home. Because I expect that 2024 is going to have more of that. I think we're going to see some more challenges, but more opportunities as well as it relates to the real estate market as a whole. Interest rates, fortunately, are down, and hopefully they will continue to go down, and that'll create more opportunities for everyone as well. Anyhow, if you know me, you know that I love St. Louis, and I can't wait to tell you just about a couple of things that are in my letter, opportunities that are happening here in St. Louis over the next month. You know, one of the things that you might want to take advantage of is, you know, checking out some St. Louis history and, you know, some urban archaeology. The Lost Buildings of St. Louis is going to be exhibited at the Pulitzer Art Foundation. I cannot wait to check that out. That should be great. I love the rich history that St. Louis offers, the collection of salvaged architectural elements from landmark buildings, residential homes, and neighborhood institutions that were built in St. Louis from 1840 up to 1950. It's going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait to see that. Another thing happening in St. Louis this month, we've got Clayton Restaurant Week. And I'll tell you, you know, Clayton has some phenomenal restaurants, and all week long, there's going to be a variety of participating restaurants featuring a 3-course prefix menu during their dinner hours, and you can check those out and, you know, check out your favorite restaurants, maybe discover something new. I'll tell you, my favorite restaurant is The Crossing, and I had a great experience there. I was having dinner with some friends one night, and they had sea bass on the menu. I said, well, I said, you know, so tell me about the sea bass that you have. Is it, you know, the sort of lighter, fluffier sea bass like a Chilean sea bass, or is it more like a black sea bass? And the waiter there, he says, you know, I'll tell you something. The black sea bass is really the only sea bass that exists. When you see Chilean sea bass, that's really Patagonian toothfish. And I was shocked because I'd never heard that before, and I understand why someone would change the name of Patagonian toothfish to Chilean sea bass. But anyway you slice it, I love Chilean sea bass or Patagonian toothfish, if that's what you choose to call it. So anyway, that's my story from the Crossing over in Clayton. Great restaurant. Also in January, we have MLK's annual Day of Service, January 15th, where we commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. It's Martin Luther King Day here in St. Louis and across the country and across the world, in fact. And what's a better way to remember such a remarkable person than by embodying the ideals that he stood for? And normally my family and I, we participate in the march from the old courthouse downtown out to Midtown. However, I've got this boot on my foot and it's not really good for walking, certainly marching several miles down the street. So this year I'm probably gonna have to pass on that. But the Missouri History Museum is celebrating, and they've got a kickoff celebration at 10 a.m. on Monday that you could check out, and that's gonna help celebrate the life of Dr. King and talk about some ways that you can get involved in. So also in January, we've got the Loop Ice Carnival. It's the 17th annual Ice Carnival, and it's gonna be phenomenal. There's over 40 ice sculptures that you can check out. You can participate in their ice cube giveaway, temporary tattoo scavenger hunt, ice carving demonstration, so much more. It's gonna be a phenomenal time, so I encourage you to check that out. Also, Mardi Gras Cajun Cook-Off is going to be happening this month, and that's going to have something for everyone downtown in Soulard. Did you know, I know I've said it before, but maybe you weren't paying attention, but Soulard is home to the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in the country. So go on down there and kick off Mardi Gras early here in January and check out some of the friendly competition that's going to be taking place with lots of good food at the cook-off. It's going to be phenomenal. Also, we've got the Orchid Show happening over at Missouri Botanical Gardens. Over 6,000 individual plants will be there from all over the world. That's going to be phenomenal. St. Charles has their historic Fête de Glance ice carving competition with ice carvers with chainsaws and chisels and hot irons, all that. That should be a pretty cool time too. And there's so much more going on this month in St. Louis. I encourage you to check it out. I've got it all in the e-letter. Actually, I don't have it all in the e-letter. I just have some things in the e-letter. There's just a sampling of what our rich region has to offer, my beloved St. Louis. So whatever you decide to do this month and this year, let's make it a great one together. Take care.